Happy Friday! I am in historic Montgomery, Alabama. I have been privileged to be able to attend the NAME conference that stands for National Association of Multicultural Education. It has been one of my goals to visit all 50 states before I'm 50, and I'm almost there. I have 5 more years left and 13 more states. I think I can do it. It's been one of my goals to go to Alabama and see so many historical things that almost can be overwhelming. But it was an honor to listen to Bryan Stevenson, author of Just Mercy, at the keynote yesterday. And after visiting the Legacy Museum and the Equity Justice Institute, I was reminded as to the importance of learning history so that we can continue to move forward and how we progress as a country. Maya Angelou once said that history, despite its wrenching pain, cannot be unlived, but if faced with courage, need not be lived again. And in Bryan Stevenson's keynote, he talked about 4 points. And those 4 points were how we as educators need to lead with compassion and empathy. And that can't be further from the truth. We talk about that all the time because we're dealing with humans. When we come into the schools and are talking with families, we're working with people that are going through things in their day-to-day. And so we need to lead and teach with compassion and empathy. And then he goes on to say that there is power in your identity rooted in compassion. So you can hold on to all the truths of who you are as you engage with young people. And the second thing that I surround myself with people that say this all the time is to get proximate to people who have been excluded, the least of these, the marginalized. And so as we talk about all the things in education, there are students and people who have been excluded, and we need to make sure that that is where we are being proximate and where we're going. And then we need to change the narrative, is his third point. Those rooted in fear and anger, the politics of fear and anger and the danger that surrounds that. You have to have the truth to understand the harm and find the remedies. I love that because I talk about how when we have some things that are broken, like a broken arm, you just don't put a random cast on any space. You have to find out if it's broken at the collarbone, at the elbow, at the wrist, so that the appropriate remedy can be put in place. He then said in his fourth point to connect to the hope. There's hope that we can all work together and be in an environment where we thrive and learn and respect one another. And then finally, my favorite, as I've always said, you have to be uncomfortable, and it has to be inconvenient sometimes to educate others. And there's days where I feel that it seems so inconvenient that things have to take place, and why I always question, why do certain things have to happen? But I realize in order to educate others, there has to be some inconvenience. I'm used to being uncomfortable. I always tell people all the time to be comfortable with being uncomfortable in those conversations that need to happen in order for change to progress. But hearing Bryan Stevenson, author of Just Mercy, share those words with me, it was a wonderful reminder of all the things that I'm working to do as we educate and work to better our system, our districts, and our time together. So let's move on to have a song so that we can have a conviction of what we need to do that is right for the education of our youth. And I'll just have to share some pictures of all the places that I've been, and just surrounding myself within the history and truth of what we are and who we are. America is beautiful, flaws and all, and we have to learn from those flaws so that we don't repeat them. So those are just some Friday facts. Have a wonderful Friday. Have a wonderful weekend as we lead into our gratitude season, and I look forward to connecting with you. Have a great day.